Hey everybody, how are you? How are you? How are you? So I'm just here to share my experience. I was told to come and share my experience. So here I am. Here I am. So I just started recently going back to work. I was a stay-at-home mom for a while. I was a stay-at-home mom and housewife for a while. I just recently started going back to work, as I said. Um I was dealing with I was dealing with a young lady. I was helping out a young lady at work, and she was really starting to frustrate me so bad. And the old me felt like I just wanted to let go. So I left the lady I was helping, and I turned around, and I just turned around. I turned my back towards her, and I was standing next to my coworker, and I said, "Oh Jesus." I'm so glad I'm a Christian and I know who Jesus is. I'm glad I'm saved and I know who Jesus is, because if I didn't, I would have just cussed you out. Woo. And that was my response. Right. And I'm being honest. I'm being honest. That was my response, because the old me would have just was like. And the gentleman said, it's okay to be a Christian and cuss. It's okay to be a Christian and cuss, and it's not okay to be a Christian and cuss. And for those that think it's okay to be a Christian and do other things of this world, you can't. Because once you say that you give your life to Christ, that's who you need to be representing. It's not okay to go to the club and worship God on Sunday or whenever you worship God. It's not okay to, during the week, smoke your weed, drink your liquor, whatever it is, and say, okay, and clean yourself up and go to church on Sunday and sing in the choir, be on the usher board and all that stuff. It's not okay. That's being lukewarm. And some pastors, some leaders will say it's okay because God forgives. Yeah, God forgives, but you gonna constantly do it. It's okay to be a Christian and cuss. It's not okay. In Revelations 3, I believe it's 15 and 16, it says, I know your deeds, that you are neither cold, invigorating, refreshing, nor hot, healing, therapeutic. I wish that you were cold or hot. So because you are lukewarm, spiritually useless, and neither hot nor cold, I will vomit you out of my mouth, injecting you with disgust. So no, you can't be lukewarm. You have to either live for God or live for the devil, which is the God of the little g. So I don't know if that was a test, to see how I was going to respond. And then my coworker comes and say, it's okay to be a Christian and still cuss. No, it's not. When you give your life to Christ, you put off the old man, you put on the new man, which is Christ Jesus. You have to choose who you're going to serve. You're going to serve God or you're going to serve Satan. You have to make one out of one of them. They have to be your God. So who you going to serve? I can't say I serve God with the big G, and then during the week when I leave the house of worship and I encourage those who are going through on that Sunday or whatever, or on the prayer line, because I pray for those on the prayer line during the week too. So if I'm going to be serving the God of a little g, I have to go sit down, because I can't serve on the prayer ministry. I can't be a youth leader for the children at the church. If I'm going to be lukewarm, I have to go sit down somewhere because I'm not in the right fit. I hope this is helping somebody, because you have to know who you're going to serve. You have to know that if you're going to live for God, live for God. If you're going to sit there and say that you of God, and then you're going to go and do your dirt when them church doors close, you don't know who's looking at you. And like I just said, it could just be a test for me to see how I was going to respond. And that's what I'm believing it is. But if any leader watching this video, if I'm wrong, I will take this video down. But you can't serve two gods. You can't lead somebody and still be lukewarm. So I'm just here to share my experience and to just let those who does not know, you can't be lukewarm in this hour. If you're going to live for God, live for God. If you're going through anything at work or at home, pray. If you don't know what to say, call on Jesus. Something, my mentor, she always tells us to pray in the spirit. If you don't know what to pray about, pray in the spirit, just like she tells us to, right? But all I'm saying is you can't live a double life. You have to live for God, stay with God. If you're going to live for the devil, live for the devil and stay with the devil. And leave God out of it. But I'm just here to share what I experienced. And I just pray. I pray that whoever might be going through this, know if you are serving God and you're going through at work, push in prayer. Pray in tongues. Call on Jesus. But never let someone come in your ear and say it's okay to serve God and still be a Christian and cuss. Because it's not so. Because I believe in my heart, if that's what being a Christian is all about, me serving God and still cussing, how can I help teach or help lead the youth ministry? How can I pray for people during the week because I'm on a prayer ministry? How can I be in a prophetic community that I'm in and I'm surrounded by prophets and more people? I can't. So if I'm going to live for God, I'm going to live for God. If I say that I am of Christ, then that's how I have to live. That's how I have to live. I have to live as Christ lived here on earth before I came here. I have to be that example to those who do not know who God is. And I cannot go and tell that person it's okay to live worldly and still be a Christian. Because that's lukewarm, straight off the top. It's lukewarm. It's very lukewarm. So I pray this bless you. I pray this help you. I pray this help someone. And yes, I shared my story. And yes, I did. So I'll be back soon with some devotions. But until then, if it's the Lord's will, I'll see you soon. Until then, bye.